Every single day, millions of people get hacked, their data stolen, their money taken. But did you know there are actually 10 completely different types of cyber attacks? Each one working in a completely different way. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to protect yourself. Let's get into it. Phishing attack. A phishing attack is the most common form of cybercrime in the world, responsible for the majority of successful data breaches across businesses and individuals globally. The attacker sends a message, usually an email, but increasingly a text message or social media communication that appears to come from a trusted source, like a bank, a popular service, or a colleague, designed to trick the recipient into revealing sensitive information or clicking a malicious link. The name comes from the word phishing. The attacker casts a deceptive lure and waits for victims to take the bait. And the technique is devastatingly effective because it exploits human psychology rather than technical vulnerabilities. Spear phishing is a more targeted variation where the attacker researches a specific individual or organization and crafts a highly personalized message that references real details about the target, making the deception far more convincing than generic mass phishing emails. In 2023 alone, phishing attacks cost businesses worldwide an estimated $4.5 billion, making it not just the most common, but also the most financially damaging category of cybercrime, affecting organizations of every size. Ransomware attack. Ransomware is a category of malicious software that encrypts the victim's files, making them completely inaccessible, and then demands a ransom payment, typically in cryptocurrency, in exchange for the decryption key needed to restore access to rebuild discovery. The attack typically begins with a phishing email or compromised website that installs the ransomware software silently on the victim's computer, with the encryption process sometimes beginning days after initial infection to maximize the number of files encrypted and backups corrupted before discovery. The WannaCry ransomware attack of 2017 infected over 200,000 computers across 150 countries in a single day, affecting hospitals, banks, telecommunications companies, and government agencies, causing an estimated $4 billion in damages, and demonstrating how rapidly ransomware can spread through interconnected systems. Healthcare organizations have become a particularly targeted sector because their critical systems, patient records, medical devices, hospital operations, create enormous pressure to pay ransoms quickly rather than endure extended downtime that could directly threaten patient lives. Cybersecurity experts consistently advise against paying ransoms. Payment does not guarantee file recovery, encourages further attacks, and may violate laws in some jurisdictions. Instead, recommending regular offline backups, network segmentation, and robust security protocols as the primary defenses. Man-in-the-middle attack. A man-in-the-middle attack occurs when an attacker secretly positions themselves between two communicating parties, intercepting, reading, and potentially modifying the data flowing between them without either party realizing the communication has been compromised. The attacker establishes separate connections with each victim. The sender believes they are communicating directly with the intended recipient, while the recipient believes they are receiving genuine messages from the sender, when in reality, all communication passes through the attacker's interception point. Public Wi-Fi networks and coffee shops, airports, and hotels are particularly dangerous environments for man-in-the-middle attacks because the open network allows attackers to intercept unencrypted traffic from nearby devices with relatively simple tools. SSL stripping attacks are a sophisticated variation where the attacker downgrades a secure encrypted HTTPS connection to an unencrypted HTTP connection, capturing login credentials and sensitive data that the victim believed was being transmitted securely. Using a VPN on public networks, verifying HTTPS connections before entering sensitive information, and being cautious about connecting to unfamiliar Wi-Fi networks are the primary practical defenses against man-in-the-middle interception. DDoS attack. A distributed denial-of-service attack overwhelms a target, a website, server, or online service with such enormous volumes of traffic from thousands of simultaneously attacking sources that the legitimate service becomes inaccessible to real users. The attacking traffic typically comes from a botnet, a network of thousands or millions of computers that have been secretly infected with malware and are being remotely controlled by the attacker without their owner's knowledge. allowing a single attacker to generate traffic volumes that no single machine could produce. Major websites and services, including Amazon, Netflix, and government websites, have been taken offline by DDoS attacks, with the largest recorded attacks generating traffic measured in terabits per second, volumes that require significant defensive infrastructure to absorb. DDoS attacks are frequently used as competitive weapons, extortion tools, or ideologically motivated disruption tactics. Businesses have been targeted by competitors, online services by extortionists demanding payment to stop the attack, and government websites by activist groups during political conflicts. Content delivery networks and specialized DDoS mitigation services absorb and filter malicious traffic before it reaches the target infrastructure, distributing the defense across large networks of servers capable of handling volumes that any single server would be overwhelmed by.
SQL Injection Attack. SQL injection is a technique where an attacker inserts malicious database commands into input fields on a website, search boxes, login forms, contact fields, causing the website's database to execute unintended operations and expose, modify, or delete its stored data. When a website passes user input directly into database queries without proper validation or sanitization, an attacker can craft input that breaks out of the intended query and runs entirely different database commands, potentially accessing every record in the database. SQL injection attacks have been responsible for some of the largest data breaches in history. The 2009 Heartland Payment Systems breach that exposed 130 million credit card numbers was accomplished through SQL injection, as were numerous other high-profile database compromises. The technique is remarkably simple to execute against vulnerable systems. Security researchers have demonstrated successful SQL injection attacks by entering a single apostrophe character into a form field and observing how the application responds to the unexpected input. Parameterized queries and prepared statements are the primary technical defense against SQL injection. These coding practices separate database commands from user input at a fundamental level, preventing user-supplied data from ever being interpreted as executable database instructions.
Zero-day attack. A zero-day attack exploits a software vulnerability that the software developer is not yet aware of, giving them 0 days to develop and release a patch before the vulnerability is actively being used against their users. These vulnerabilities are extraordinarily valuable in the cybersecurity world. Nation-state intelligence agencies, criminal organizations, and security researchers all actively search for them, with some zero-day vulnerabilities in widely used software selling on black markets for millions of dollars. The Stuxnet computer worm, discovered in 2010 and believed to be developed by US and Israeli intelligence agencies, exploited 4 separate zero-day vulnerabilities simultaneously, an unprecedented combination that allowed it to specifically target Iranian nuclear centrifuge control systems and physically damage the centrifuges through software manipulation. The window between a zero-day vulnerability being discovered by attackers and a security patch being developed and deployed can range from days to months, during which every user of the affected software remains vulnerable regardless of their security practices. Behavioral detection systems that identify suspicious activity patterns rather than known threat signatures are the primary defense against zero-day attacks. Since the specific exploit is unknown, signature-based antivirus cannot detect it, making behavioral anomaly detection the critical layer of protection.
Social engineering attack. Social engineering attacks manipulate human psychology rather than technical systems, exploiting trust, authority, urgency, fear, and curiosity to trick people into voluntarily providing access, information, or resources to attackers. The human element is consistently identified as the weakest link in cybersecurity. Technical defenses can be highly sophisticated, while a single employee tricked by a convincing phone call or email can provide attackers with the access that all those technical measures were designed to prevent. Pretexting is a social engineering technique where the attacker creates a fabricated scenario to establish credibility, posing as an IT support technician, a bank fraud investigator, or a delivery company to extract information or convince the target to take specific actions. Phishing which combines voice calling with social engineering, has become increasingly sophisticated as AI voice cloning technology allows attackers to impersonate specific individuals convincingly, including executives, family members, and colleagues, using synthetic voices generated from publicly available recordings. Security awareness training that teaches employees to recognize social engineering tactics, verify unexpected requests through established channels, and maintain healthy skepticism about urgency-creating communications is the primary organizational defense against manipulation-based attacks.
Insider Threat Attack. Insider threats are security risks that originate from within an organization. Current or former employees, contractors, or business partners who use their authorized access to systems and data to cause harm, whether through malicious intent, negligence, or coercion by external parties. The trusted insider has significant advantages over external attackers. They already have legitimate access credentials, understand the organization's systems and processes, know where valuable data is stored, and can operate within normal activity patterns that security monitoring might not flag as suspicious. Edward Snowden's 2013 disclosure of classified NSA surveillance programs is perhaps the most consequential insider threat incident in history. A contractor with authorized access used his legitimate credentials to access and exfiltrate enormous volumes of highly classified documents. Financial services and healthcare organizations are particularly vulnerable to malicious insider threats because their employees have routine access to the most sensitive and commercially valuable categories of data: financial records, personal information, and medical data. Privileged access management, strictly limiting what systems and data each employee can access based on their specific job requirements, combined with behavioral monitoring that detects unusual access patterns, is the primary technical defense against insider threats. Supply chain attack. A supply chain attack targets an organization indirectly by compromising the software, hardware, or services that the target organization relies upon, infiltrating trusted suppliers to gain access to their customers rather than attacking the final target directly. The SolarWinds attack, discovered in December 2020, is considered one of the most sophisticated and damaging supply chain attacks in history. Attackers compromised SolarWinds' software build system and inserted malicious code into a legitimate software update that was then distributed to approximately 18,000 organizations, including U.S. government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, and major cybersecurity firms. The fundamental challenge of supply chain attacks is that the compromised update or component comes from a trusted source. The victim organization has every reason to trust the software from their established vendor and no immediate reason to suspect it has been tampered with. Hardware supply chain attacks involve tampering with physical components during manufacturing or distribution, inserting unauthorized chips, modifying firmware, or installing surveillance capabilities before devices reach their intended users. Verifying the integrity of software through cryptographic signing, maintaining comprehensive inventories of all software dependencies, and implementing zero-trust network architectures that limit the damage any single compromised component can cause are the primary defenses against supply chain compromise.
Cryptojacking Attack. Cryptojacking is the unauthorized use of a victim's computing resources to mine cryptocurrency, secretly installing software that uses the target's processor, electricity, and internet connection to generate cryptocurrency that flows to the attacker's wallet. Unlike ransomware or data theft attacks that announce their presence dramatically, cryptojacking is designed to operate as invisibly as possible. The attacker benefits from extended unauthorized use of the victim's resources, making concealment more valuable than the dramatic impact other attack types seek. Cryptojacking can occur through malicious software downloaded onto a device or through malicious scripts embedded in websites that execute in the visitor's browser without requiring any download. The latter form requires no persistent infection and leaves minimal forensic traces. The symptoms of cryptojacking infection, unusually slow device performance, excessive fan activity, unexplained increases in electricity consumption, and device overheating, are subtle enough that many victims never realize their resources are being stolen. Browser-based cryptojacking scripts were embedded in legitimate websites without the site owner's knowledge after those sites were themselves compromised, meaning visiting a trusted website could expose a visitor's browser to
unauthorized cryptocurrency mining for the duration of their visit. That covers 10 types of cyber attacks we have for you today. If this video helped you understand something new, make sure you subscribe to ByteSimple right now, because next week we are breaking down 10 kinds of computer viruses, and trust me, you do not want to miss that one. Drop a comment below and tell us which cyber attack surprised you the most. See you in the next one.